Hey everyone, it's Nate with Metrics, back with another project on the lift. This time we got a 2011 FZ8. We're going to install some new rear sets, we're going to put a new battery in it, and we're going to also install new chain and sprockets. So let's get started. Alright, so here's the bike, 2011 FZ8 in one of my favorite colors. And I've already gotten started. One thing that had to happen, one of the rear spools had broken off in there, so I used my handy dandy snap-on extractor set. I was able to get that out, and I'm going to throw a set of spools on it so I can prop the back end up, and going to get started with chain and sprockets. So got some new parts I'll show you here in a second. All right, here's what we got. Yamaha battery, all JT sprocket stuff for the drive line. The X-ring X1R chain is pretty good, and then stock gearing, steel sprockets. This front sprocket does have the cushion on it, so that should help with vibration. Customer supplied these rear sets, so we're going to get those unpackaged and see what we're dealing with there, and then a set of spools. So let's get going. All right, pretty decent looking spool here. Looks like machined aluminum, and comes with the hardware. I'm gonna put a little blue thread locker on it and get these installed. Okay, so if you know anything about these FZ8s, you probably already know this. I had to dig for a bit. Not one, not two, but three. Not three, but four. And this last little one is buried in here behind coolant hose, O2 sensor wires, etc., etc. Kind of impossible to get to. I wanted to try to strip out. Got it, but come on, Yamaha. Seriously. Alright, after getting that front cover off, I've got the front sprocket nut loose. I've got the axle bolt loose, and this is actually a clip type chain, so I'll just take it apart. Normally I would cut it with the death wheel, but since it's got a clip, I'll just take that apart, get the chain off, get the rear tire off, and then we'll mount the new sprockets up. Anytime you got this apart, it's a good chance to get in there and clean out some of this stuff, especially if you live on a dirt road. There'll be all kinds of contamination in here. It's always good to get rid of it if you can, so I'm going to take a few minutes, clean this up, and then we'll put the front sprocket back on. I got the chain off, got the new rear sprocket installed, so this is just about ready to go back together. Ready to put the rear wheel back on. Just wanted to show you a little trick. If you got a piece of 2x4, this is 2x6, but it doesn't really matter. It's just helpful when you're in there trying to fiddle with everything. You can raise and lower this and get the wheel in the right spot for putting the brake on, putting the axle through, that kind of stuff. So just wanted to give you a little tip, and also put a little like axle grease around these spacers when you put them in there. It'll help them stay, and it also lubricates the seal. It'll help them stay in as you're trying to fiddle the wheel in place. Just helps them hold like glue. So I'm going to put the chain on, and it's actually two links too long. So breaking out the old Motion Pro chain brake and riveting tool. If you don't have one of these, you should probably get one. They're pretty good. And just read the instructions, because there's plenty of different ways to set it up. And if you do it wrong, you'll definitely break something. So I'm going to take these extra links out and then install the pressed rivet master link and keep on moving. New chain and sprockets are installed, adjusted, covers back on. The plethora of wires and hoses is back in behind the cover where it's supposed to be. Gonna go ahead and install some rear sets. A lot of pieces parts. That's what they're supposed to look like. Uh-oh. So got all the parts out. That's the brake side, some fasteners, spring, whatever. This is the shifter side. I've got this laid out. I'm going to start with this one. And I already test fit this just to make sure it was the right one. And so just going to follow what I see here. It does say thread lock everything, so I got some blue thread lock. And uh-oh. Now, it shouldn't be too bad. I'll get these thrown together and get this one installed, show you what it looks like. So I didn't capture any more video of this bike, but got the rear sets installed. She's done, she's loaded, she's heading home, even though it's the middle of winter. And we'll move on to the next one. Thanks everybody for watching, appreciate it. See you next time.